Okay, hello and welcome to the first episode of the Lucky Hit podcast. I'm Tommy Pope, Murray Curry, and with me are, come on out, you.
Phil Pope, flat
Philip
younger.
Pope, yeah. You.
Gaggerman.
This Gagerman.
Master Lex.
Master Lex. Let's rock immediately. I'm not waiting around.
Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. Deep in the ocean of darkness, in the mirror light, balance becomes a stranger. In your fantasies, you write a storm on your peace. Wake up and smell the danger. Ever the light casts a shadow. Ever the night springs from the light. In the end, it's never just the light you need. When balance slays the demon, you find peace. In the end, it's never just the dark you see. When balance slays the demon, you find peace. Find the peace. Beyond the lake you call home lies a deeper, darker ocean green. Like an evil twin, feel it scratching within, like an insane southern raging. And his beautiful face in his leather and lace. So can't you see the play he's staging? Ever the light casts a shadow. Ever the night springs from the light. In the end, it's never just the light you need. When balance slays the demon, you find peace. In the end, it's never just the dark you see. When balance slays the demon, you'll find peace. Find the peace. In the end, it's never just the light you need. When balance slays the demon, you find peace. In the end, it's never just the dark you seek. When balance slays the demon, you find peace. Screaming, mute darkness, descend on this frail frame. I drown in fathomless black space. Light never scratched the depths of this domain. I see not, yet nothing could be worse than the shades my mind calls.
That was a song, obviously, from Alan Wake, American Nightmare. Almost forgot the track. It's Poet and the Fall, was the name of the band, and the song is Balance Slays the Demon. What do you think of that?
Very 80s. Right. I don't know much about Alan Wake. I've not played Alan Wake, but I didn't know the soundtrack could be that 80s inspired. That was really cool.
Well, the original is, and American Nightmare is even better for the soundtrack and
Even
the slick
80s
presentation. Yeah. Basically, it's a game I did not think I'd enjoy, as I said last time. But since then, I've been playing more of it, and oh my god! I mean, the story gets you hooked. The gameplay is like, you know, nice simple concept to it, like versus Dark, but it's done really nicely. It's actually really strategic and really, really hard actually as well.
Well, that's going to be a part of the podcast, playing tracks for you guys, some video game music. But now we're going to press on and we're going to go over to the news.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I'll drop you the headlines and you can run through the topics.
Got it.
Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Fable Anniversary, for those of you who don't know, there's a remake of Fable coming out for the Xbox 360, and if that wasn't cool enough, they're doing a competition where you can actually get your own achievement in the game.
I mean, that is incredible, isn't it? I saw this last night and I could not believe it. I mean, I entered straight away because I've already entered. I suppose I can tell you my idea now, and you can't steal it. I've gone for. Unfortunately, it was actually a joke of Phil's originally, but you know, you weren't around. Sorry.
Stole it.
I still feel. I feel a bit bad. I'll tell you what. If I win, which I won't, I will ask him to put your name in the credit. No, I won't actually. I won't do that.
That was just completely pointless.
And you're not having my copy of Fable. Sorry, Phil. I'm an arsehole. All right.
Anyway, right. Moving on.
I'm going to tell the achievement.
I'll go on and tell them the achievement idea you
right.
Tom.
Phil, do you want to tell him, seeing as it's yours?
No.
I don't know. It's just a little. It's just a little thing. You know. You can tell me it's crap if you want. But basically, the achievement will be called "Go Through the Gate." And if anyone remembers the part where you're in Twin Blades camp and you're trying to get the pass to get through the gate.
Go through the gate.
Yeah. Once you've got the pass, the
Hurry up.
guildmaster
Get through
will
the gate.
not shut up.
Go through the gate. Go through the gate. Get through the. Go through the gate now. No, now. Stop doing the.
I don't care if there's a chest in there. There's little bending gloves. Go through the gate. Go through. Oh. And basically, so I made the achievement to annoy the guildmaster and let him love his own voice for, I don't know, let's say 5. I said a couple of minutes. Let's say 5 minutes, and you suffer his repeated requests.
I like that. That's good. That's definitely a difference to the typical crap
Go
that's
through
going to
the
be
gate.
entered, which is about, you know, everyone's going to make chicken kicking jokes
Yeah,
and stuff.
God, yeah.
Leave it to the developers, guys.
Well,
That's not funny, and nor's the cake is a lie.
Oh. But they're doing things like, most people are suggesting things that are already in the game. Like they're saying, beat the boss when you save your mum. Well, that's obviously going to be in there, isn't it? It's the boss at the end of a friggin' chapter.
Spoilers.
Anyway, before we start,
It's a 10-year-old game.
Now you know he's got a mum.
okay, before we get too deep
Alright,
into,
go on.
you know, cussing off internet dicketry like we do every day. Okay, our second headline is The Last of Us, big title for the PS3. It's intrigued me, and it's hit 3.4 million sales. It's the fastest selling PS3 game to date. And, well, it makes me want to get a PS3 to play it, to be honest with you.
I second that. Got nothing against PS3, I just haven't had the money to shell out for one, but that is one of the reasons, one of the very good reasons to buy one, that and Ni no Kuni.
One thing I need to mention about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni's a must to play. But one thing I wanted to mention about The Last of Us was the multiplayer is a lot of the things that people have been ranting about is the fact that they've done their own multiplayer style. They haven't done the typical Call of Duty format, which, you know, unfortunately is ever so more common nowadays. Even Assassin's Creed 3 has this level up perk system, which it works, but
Do you remember Tomb Raider as well?
Yeah,
They banged
yeah.
on
Oh
about
yeah, and it was all just like blokes walking around. It wasn't even
Tomb
like
Raider-
loads of
Tomb
Lara
Raider's
Croft.
multiplayer
Do you remember
was-
for months and months they were
Random
banging on
blokes.
about how they made this unique gameplay.
Nothing
Even I was
unique
thinking,
about
it.
okay. I went on there and it was the same old. In
Playable
fact,
cutscenes from
if
the
anything,
game.
if anything, it went back.
Yeah.
Because it had things like. Do you remember when we were playing? We got spawn trapped. I mean, like.
Oh yeah,
We got spawn trapped. These guys knew where we spawned
In the
because we
Tomb Raider
spawned in the same
multiplayer,
place.
spawn trapping is the aim of the game. If you want to win a deathmatch and clock up points, you literally can do this. Whoever's the sharpest shooter and can get to the other side of the person spawn quickest will be able to pin them in the corner. There is nothing stopping you from doing it. Well, that was it the last time I played the multiplayer. I don't know if they've tweaked it since then or what. I haven't even dared to put the multiplayer on, which is a shame because it's achievement, like, you know, achievements in there and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
let's just move on anyway to our next headline before we start bitching about the game. Right, this is a good one. Definitely good news for the developers of Fez,
Okay.
the 3D platformer, the indie game that found its
It's
way.
about time you had some good news.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But Microsoft no longer charges for their updates. Now, it
about
was,
time.
from what I heard, it was rumoured that they actually charged about 10 grand
It's
for
true.
updates.
It is actually true,
Yeah, past the first update. They give you the first one free, you know, like a
Hmm.
free-to-play model or something like that.
Yeah.
But they give you the first update free, but if you want to update past that point, it's 10 grand. Now, this might explain why some of our games on Xbox are pretty buggy and crappily developed. Because 10 grand's a lot of money for an update.
Compared to like
Yeah.
the PC versions where
Yeah.
they just update them freely, like Minecraft, they update it all the time, don't they? on
Yeah.
PC,
Exactly.
Whereas 360 is really behind.
And no one can say that Minecraft's marketing model doesn't work.
No.
Well, I'm hoping now that 4J will just go
Oh,
nuts. And just
Yeah,
update.
exactly. It gives them the opportunity to go absolutely mental on games that have previously been difficult to do because of
I'm
the
not
price.
100% sure, but I think Sony also charge a similar price for the PlayStation 3 updates.
I
Really?
would not be
I
surprised.
think
if
the
it had
only
been an
games that
industry
update
thing, yeah.
constantly are first party games because I mean, like Little Big Planet on there, every time you play it, there's like 50 updates.
Yeah.
So it's
Fair enough.
ridiculous. Like you can't even you have to reserve a few hours of your time before you start playing a game on the PS3 sometimes.
Oh,
Because they're like, oh, here's a few extra gig for you. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see some improvements then with our buggy titles.
Hopefully Sony follows up on what
Yeah,
Microsoft
hopefully,
did
yeah,
there.
hopefully Sony do follow suit.
Yeah.
I can only expect they'll do something to compete with that
Yeah.
angle. They normally do. They're good like that.
Well, it's good news anyway.
It is good
Yeah,
news. It's
very
very
good
good
news,
news.
yeah.
Our last headline before we move on to our main topics is something we picked up off the Eurogamer website, and that is rumoured that Lords of Shadow 2, according to some tweets from the Oculus Rift developers, should probably have Oculus Rift support by the sounds of things. There were some tweets he was putting up, and it basically sounded like he was playing Castlevania on Oculus Rift.
Oh,
That's
dear.
what it sounded like from the tweets he put
Do you
up.
remember how realistic the spiders were in the first one?
Yeah.
They're gonna jump on
Screw
your
that
face.
in your face. But no, that is a cool
They
idea.
took up like a disc's worth of data themselves, didn't they?
I think the rolling eyeballs from the Game Boy game would be more frightening on Oculus Rift.
But the actual just a sprite or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a sprite coming at you.
Just a sprite rolling towards
like
you.
Mode 7 in at you.
Oh god, if they redone that really freaky Mode 7 level from Super Castlevania, like Oculus Rift would
Oh,
definitely induce nausea, I think.
I think the funniest thing I've seen someone do with Oculus Rift so far is someone made a SNES emulator, but it's on like a home cinema screen, so you're looking in the Oculus Rift at a
Yeah.
home cinema of someone playing the SNES, and there's actually some virtual hands with a SNES controller and a SNES on the floor, and you put it in the cartridges. It's so sad.
You're playing a game or someone playing a game.
Yeah,
No,
but
I can-
You
I
might
can
as
see-
well
it's like
play
you can look
Shenmue.
at, you can look away from the game if you want to, you know, and
I
look
can-
at the sides, at the curtains.
I
and
can
stuff.
see like a console
really
gamer's
silly.
version of Second Life coming out of this.
Oh, yeah, dear.
Stop
Combine
it
that
now.
with Kinect 2. Oh, dear. Japan's going to be all over that.
Give it
Oculus, what are you doing? Oculus, stop!
Give it 5 years, I guarantee it'll be one of those seedy things on the news. Oh, Oculus Rift pervert arrested today again.
Again, yeah. They finally got the guy who was sending you pictures of his dick across Xbox Live on Uno. We all knew that.
I remember
We all knew the Kinect was a bad idea. They didn't fucking listen.
I think that was even before Kinect. That was when they just had that little camera, wasn't it?
Oh, did they
The
have
Uno.
just? Oh, right.
Yeah, when
the
there was a little
webcam.
the
Yeah,
little
I think it
webcam
was.
they
No,
did
you're
for the
right.
360.
You're right.
Way
They
back.
did have this functionality
before
before the
Kinect.
Sorry to go off topic here, but this kind of thing has been happening before. I know a friend of a friend. Just gonna leave it at that. Do you remember the iToy? And it had all the collection of games on the iToy. Do you remember that?
Yep,
You
I
remember
remember
PS2,
them. Yeah,
right?
window
Yeah,
washing
yeah.
and slapping ninjas and all that.
I mean,
Well,
it was a
that
trying
slapping
play
ninja
up.
game, someone had his knob out and he was just waving his knob and taking the ninjas out. Because I thought it was funny when I was doing it with my hair. You know, I was going, "Way, getting them with the hair." He got his knob out.
That's really bad.
Dick slapping ninja.
I remember,
Dick
I
slapping
remember
ninjas.
trying to play Lemmings on iToy where you have to have them climb along your eyes, along
that
your
not
arms.
work?
Along your eyes.
That'd be clever. Along my glasses to go along. But no, you have to like get the lemmings across the level by getting them across your
Did you
arms.
get
and that.
Dick?
But because I had all posters and stuff on my wall, as soon as you started an iToy level in Lemmings, the Lemmings would just flicker everywhere and die. It just flew everywhere and just exploded. It was like, oh.
Well, these are ideas that have been played with for a while now. So, but yeah, augmented reality and things like that. Who knows what it's going to do for both the gaming and porn industries?
Well, I want to see what's going to happen in the future of dick slapping ninjas.
And with that note, we should move on to our main topic.
Okay, right now, right. So we've had a bit of a laugh and all that, but I'm afraid now it's we're going to have to get a bit. We have to go for
something serious, unfortunately.
Something serious.
Here we've all taken a bit of a blow in the gaming industry, and and the gaming community. That includes you if you're listening to this.
That's right. I think personally, I think Game Man. Would you like to? Bring this one in?
Well, the co-founder of Giant Bomb, Ryan Davis, passed away sometime last week. He was only 34,
that is
and it was less than a week after his wedding.
Which is tragic.
That is absolutely terrible.
Unbelievable.
And,
I'm really sorry to ask this. Do we know how? At all?
I don't think anyone said.
It has not been released yet. There's been a lot of support though.
I mean, obviously that's not the point. I was just call it morbid curiosity. But no, now I'm going to say that I never personally followed Giant Bomb, not because I didn't like them or anything, but from what I've seen of the reaction of the community of fans and just the gaming community in general, I mean it's plain to see that the industry, the community has really taken a knock with this one. People are very, very upset about this, and rightly so. I mean,
I've been following them for probably 3 years now. I mean, they formed in about 2008. They were both Ryan and Jeff were originally at GameSpot.
Yeah.
And then they got sacked from there, so they set up their own website.
Yeah,
I believe. They went on to do some stuff with IGN, which certainly had CNET's involvement. They were doing podcast type things. Was it? It might have been called Quoted for Truth. They were covering rumours and stuff. I think it was either that one or a similar one they were doing. But I remember it was those casts they were doing that actually made me think, like, yeah, Tom mentioned podcast before. Let's do a Lucky Hit podcast. Here we are sitting here now.
That's right.
You know, it is that format we're using now.
The Giant Bomb podcast, the Bombcast, they do that every Tuesday for the last 3 years.
Well, there you go.
I can't believe the bravery of the whole Giant Bomb gang. They've done one this Tuesday, despite everything. They've done a whole tribute to him on there. They could have easily skipped a week, but they haven't because Ryan, obviously, he was really proud of the fact that they managed to get out a podcast every single week. That long stream, and I've probably watched hundreds upon hundreds of hours of videos of them playing games, especially and Ryan was easily one of the funniest guys they had there. And he just had such a passion for games, and the Connect videos are easily some of the funniest ones he's ever done. I don't need horse sweet rider.
Well, I tell you what, I think as a sign of respect and because I'm intrigued, I think I'm going to check their stuff out very much tonight. I'll tell you what, next week we're going to do this podcast again. I will tell you what I think.
Definitely.
You can,
go on. Any time I've been either bored or depressed or anything, I've always gone to Giant Bomb to cheer me up. For one, they've got so much content; they just put out stuff all the time.
Every
live streaming.
Every time I see Ryan talking into a microphone, he was always making me chuckle, and he was playing the non-biased man in the middle a lot of the time. He did used to refereeing, and he would always pull up other people's opinions, which is essential for
He was good mates with a lot of game developers as well. I mean, Harmonix, when it was announced the other day that he passed away, they put out a live stream themselves talking about him because he had such a good relationship with Harmonix.
Really?
Yeah, he had a really good relationship with them. And there's a lot of developers. There's been an outpour. Swery, the guy that made a Deadly Premonition.
Yeah.
They did a show. They did a show with him one time with Ryan and him chatting away, and he was really distraught about it. The whole gaming community is just outpoured.
It's not good, is it? And do you know what as well? Do you know what it brings me all back to as well? I'm pretty sure it was around about this time last year we lost. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. Do you remember the guy who did the artwork?
Artwork for Skyrim.
Yeah, for Skyrim and Fallout. Was it Alec? I don't know if we have time to. So I feel really bad for not remembering, but.
It was about this time last year that he unfortunately passed away. Yeah. And that man. Well, if you played Skyrim and you love Skyrim, which you probably did if you played it, then he was the one who took the words on paper and drew up the concepts. Yeah, it was from his drawings that they took their ideas for the
And I
3D
mean, how-
modelling and how
yeah.
the world was going to be
Every
structured and how
dungeon
buildings
you
looked.
walk into in that game has his influence.
His input, yeah, that whole game is that man's artwork influenced the whole game. That was his job, and just like
Yeah.
it's just another unfortunate thing to have happened.
Going back to Ryan, it's like obviously the amount of videos that we've watched about him. It almost kind of feels like I know him, even though I obviously don't.
No.
But like, you've watched so much content of someone, and he always outpours personal stuff on his podcast, and it was,
Right. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I just got the name up of the guy. His name was Adamowicz. Yeah. And his artwork is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's over the last year or so. That's two brilliant people we've lost in the gaming community. But with that being said, I guess it's time to move on to our final topic of the news.
Yeah,
I
think
we can safely say we'll dedicate this podcast to Ryan.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Right.
Rest in peace, man.
Topic number 2.
Legend.
Right, big gaming news. The upbeat topic is what we saw yesterday was the GTA 5 gameplay trailer. I mean, whether you're a fan of the series or not, you can't not be impressed with what you're looking at here. I mean, the graphics.
No, unless you're a really cool hipster online that says they don't like things just to make people angry. Then you can do it, but then you can cry yourself to sleep at night as well.
I've never really been into Grand
My
Theft
Little
Auto.
Pony.
The only Grand Theft Auto I've played really was the original one on the PlayStation, and it was just a demo, and it was just thinking about like driving a car up to like the port, and then like dropping it. Getting out just as it drops into the water.
The 5-minute demo.
The original Retro City Rampage.
Yeah. So that's I haven't really been much into. I guess I could come back to this later, but I mean I haven't really been much into like open world games like that until Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
So I mean I got into Sleeping Dogs. Funny enough, going back to Giant Bomb, it was them that got me really interested in that game because the quick look videos they did of that were hysterical.
Yeah.
They just ran around dicking about in that game.
We love Sleeping Dogs.
There's this one scene where they like crashed the car and it went somersaulting into the sky and fell off the level.
Excellent.
So considering all that, Sleeping Dogs made me actually really interested in that genre some more. And then when I saw the GTA 5 trailer yesterday, I was really impressed with what it looks like they're pulling off with that game. It's so much attention to detail in that.
I mean, I may get accused of pretentiousness here, but from what I've seen of GTA 5 over these past few months, like slowly but surely, it looks to me like it could be the very pinnacle. Like it could be going up against The Last of Us for this though. It looks to me like it's going to be the very pinnacle of the presentation of games this generation. You know what I mean? Like all great consoles, the most impressive games come out towards the end of their life when people know how to push their current specs to its very limit. And I mean, I remember ages and ages ago when I saw that first really cryptic trailer that didn't show anything really. The first thing I saw was that train going along the tracks in Los Santos.
Yeah.
And I thought, jeez, that
was the trailer.
Some graphics.
Yeah, that was the trailer when Vinewood came up at the end and everyone messed themselves.
Yeah, that's right. And then you got the trolls trying to make it out like, no, it's not Vinewood, it's V as in Vice City.
Vice City, yeah. Absolutely. There's nothing to do with Roman numerals.
I definitely think they're using that LA Noir face.
That is something I was going to mention. Yeah,
the first thing I thought
the
very first trailers they showed, I thought that looks very LA Noir.
Yeah, for those of you
motion captured faces.
Those of you who haven't played LA Noir, what they've done was this new motion capture technology for real actors' faces. The people in LA Noir are real people in real life. But basically,
I recognise the guy from Wayne's World in the DLC. My guys, he was in the DLC.
Yeah, he was.
He was. You will know what I mean when you go back.
Yeah. But they've carried that over the whole motion capture with the face recognition, and we predicted they would do that. And also at the end of the gameplay trailer, and we got about 3 seconds worth of the multiplayer footage, which for me that was like the cream on the cake for me. That actually was better
all
than
those
the
little
cake.
names running around like in the background.
It looked like
they did it so well, didn't they? Because you had him looking out a window on dozens of people, and then a jet goes by. It's like
a jet goes by with a name tag attached to it.
That just That's the hype part
But
right there.
my prediction for the multiplayer, which they did say they're going to reveal soon, my prediction is it's going to be very Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Has anyone seen the multiplayer on Red Dead? It's amazing.
Yeah, roll around in a posse.
Well, it's the fact that you have your own private worlds. So
Yeah.
you can have your friends who you play that aren't little 7-year-olds who are getting on your nerves. Because the one thing, I'm currently playing a lot of GTA 4 online because a very good friend of mine, he lives abroad now, and we chat on there, we play, and but the thing about GTA 4 is online is atrocious. You can't host your own games easily.
No,
without going on party mode.
Is quite dire. And I agree.
And there's so many hackers as well.
The amount, there is hackers on there, and the thing is, though, you point out there's a hacker, and they instantly think you like them and start offering you hacks. It's like, no, I don't want to get banned from Xbox Live, and you're ruining my game. Go away. You know what I mean? As if it weren't bad enough that I had some little kid telling me that he'd shagged my mum or whatever, and then ramming his car into me proliferantly, which probably isn't the objective of that multiplayer mode. Yeah. But it really had a lot to be worked on. So
yeah. Well, no, I personally, I love GTA 4, but it's atrocious. Do you know what else I think about it? I think that 5 is going to be such a, an improvement on the engine that I'm going to have the same thing with Oblivion and Skyrim. I'm not going to be able to go back on 4 now.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to keep me going with 4 is the story, the characters, but nothing else. The gameplay is going to pale in comparison to this.
What did you think of the whole being able to switch between your 3 characters at any time? They showed that bit where one of them was breaking in and then it switched to the other guy with the sniper.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Really
when I first heard of that, I honestly thought fiddly and annoying. Right? And then when I see it in action, I didn't realise how instantaneous it is.
I think they are choosing the points that it's occurring at for the main part of it.
Kind of, yeah.
Obviously, they're going to give you some sort of choice. Because
that sounds a bit like Sonic Heroes to me.
Oh my god, I'd love to see the 3 main characters hold hands and jump. I really want to see that. The main characters hold hands and do some
you just walk into there's like this wall. It's like, you just need to get the tough one to throw the other 2 at the wall.
As you complete the objective, it's like bling, bling, bling. Okay.
Oh, that is amazing. Somebody in the modding community do that.
Please do that.
Please do that.
I don't care if it's not out yet. That is no excuse.
Just put Charmy B's voice in there. It's like one of the characters. One of the characters' voices.
We're all really excited about GTA 5, and I reckon it'd be cool because we've got the ability to capture through 360. It's current gen, which is.
Well, I was expecting it to suddenly not be because how much did that annoy us on. Elder Scrolls Online. How much did that piss us off?
Yeah.
Waited all that time for Elder Scrolls Online, and now it's going to be on Xbox One and all that.
Oh, really? PS4, it's going to be console. Which
obviously we're going to get on PC.
We'll say that for another topic another time. Maybe we'll do an Elder Scrolls one next week.
A small little touch in that GTA 5 trailer I found really funny. When they mentioned about the stocks. Doing all the stock trading. Did you notice the name of the website when they was browsing the stocks website?
No.
It was called Balzac.
Oh yeah, that was from 4. Yeah.
Yes,
and the cursor, the little hand cursor, was flipping off.
Oh, see, I really pay attention to the small
typical
details.
GTA charm.
I think there were quite a few references to.
We'll have to do some multiplayer videos.
Oh, as soon as it's out.
Yeah, I noticed you can do wingsuit jumping off of mountains. That's got potential for making up your own game modes, I think, and pissing around like that. So we'll do some capturing for that when it comes out.
We will have to move on now, but there's just one thing I want to mention first is the menus and everything. Have you noticed they've taken a step back? They don't look so slick.
Yes.
But that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
In my book,
tucked
anyway.
away in the corner, weren't
Yes,
they?
It's all very basic.
A lot more efficient.
Yes.
I think they were saying about how they've tried to streamline it to make it as simple as possible.
That's right. Not only that, but have you noticed how much more fluid the gameplay is? Like the bit where he pulls out the gun and it's just the gun. He selected his gun, it was out. He aim, and it was just so.
It was
fluid.
as smooth as you can be with Sleeping Dogs if you're really tweaking with it. You can do some really cool stuff in Sleeping Dogs. It's designed that. But I found that movement very akin in the smoothness and the way it kind of works cinematically. Which you couple that with all the other stuff they put in there, amazing. But let's move on anyway.
Yeah, we can't keep rubbing it off now.
No.
I think we should get some music going then.
Phil's got a track for us. Haven't you, Phil?
Yep.
Phil's got a track for us.
Let's play it. He's
Let's
got a
play
bit of
a track.
a smirk on his face. I don't
We'll
like
play a
it.
track. Let's play a track.
What it is. I have no idea.
Right. Cool. Okay, we're back after that. So, Phil, do you want to fill us in to what the hell we just listened to?
Yeah, it was an MC Hammer and Flying Battery Zone mashup by DJ Yuzo Boy. Check him out, he's got some brilliant stuff.
That was interesting to say the least. It was quite brilliant, actually. It did make me chuckle.
Well, I would like to say
Rather than flex your muscle.
Rather than flex your muscle.
Because I'm Knuckles. I'm not Sonic, I don't Chuckles. Because I don't give a fuckles. But it's one of those things, isn't it? You want to go, what was that? But I found myself my arms up when I was bouncing.
Yeah,
up
that
and down,
was a brilliant mix and it worked. So with that being said, let's move on to the next segmente of our podcast. This section is called "What Are We Playing?" You did this for the last podcast, and
I think it should be a regular thing.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this every podcast. Why not? We're just going to talk about what we've been playing for your interest.
Okay. Who wants to start?
I suppose I can start. As of last night, I started replaying Dragon Age Origins because it was there and I have no internet.
Well, lucky you got an Xbox 360, you know, like Don Matrix said. If you haven't got internet, then tough, go and get a 360.
Yes.
Right before he walked off over to Zynga and got paid even more money. I don't know how that works, but please continue.
So you've been playing Dragon Age.
Oh yeah.
Groovy.
Thanks for bringing us back on topic there, Tom. Yeah, I made a new character. I killed some stuff. And the game is really badly scaled, unfairly balanced, and it's bollocks, and it's not a very good game. So that's all I have to say about it.
Oh, there you go.
I'm merely playing it so I can get some gamer score out of it,
Well,
and then throw it in the bin where it should be.
That's a fair and honest opinion there from Phil. I just want to say, if we look down here where I've got the microphone standing at my game collection, I've actually got Dragon Age 2 you can borrow if you you finish with the first one. So
I might try and grind another 300 gamer score out of it. And
you can tell us how much you don't like that one when you finish with it as well.
Well, actually, I'm quite glad because I played Dragon Age 1 for about, 10 minutes, and I hated it. The character, well, obviously,
It takes 20 hours to get good.
yeah. Oh, I love that argument. That is the best argument ever.
Yeah.
This RPG's a bit slow and a bit boring. Yeah, well, stick it out for another 15 hours, it gets really good. Oh, okay, yeah, because the game should be good on the off.
Was that made by Peter Molyneux, perchance?
After 15 hours of collecting wool,
As long as it's feeding you hard work.
feeding your sheep wheat, whatever they eat. I don't know. I don't keep sheep.
Dragon Age is my favourite.
I'm more of a dog
game.
man myself. After all, I did invent them.
No, Dragon Age it's not a god game from Peter Molyneux, we're being silly. But alright, cool. So I'll tell you what, I'll say my one next to get this out of the way. In the Steam weekend sale they had some Sonic games on sale. And funny story actually, because we'll let Aaron go after me because his story's even more brilliant than mine. Because I picked up Sonic Generations for a £5 on the PC, which I think
is a great price.
I think that's brilliant. It's a lovely game, and you get the little DLC for Casino Night Zone for 24p was in the sale. Yeah, so £5.24. I got the full Sonic Generations experience.
That's brilliant.
Did
you hear about? Sorry, you carried on.
Go on.
Did you hear about the weekend where you could play Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform?
Yes, and over the weekend, they gave everyone the opportunity to play
all
Transform
the
for free.
Sonic sales stuff was.
That's pretty good though, wasn't it? I mean, I was tempted. I mean, I have it and I love the game, but I just wanted to see what the PC game was like. But
they did add
PC's
a lot of stuff on the PC version. It's got more
haven't
content
they?
than
Yeah.
the content one.
They've added some crazy characters on there.
Yeah, the one they added at the weekend was not something anyone was expecting. It was a character from Company of Heroes 2, which is by Relic, who Sega not long bought
Right,
from
okay.
THQ when they went bankrupt.
Good excuse
So,
to
it's
use
this guy-
an IP you just bought.
Yeah, it's this guy called General Winter. He looks so out of place in the game 'cause he's like the most realistic bloke in it.
Yeah.
And it's just like this Russian old git in a tank. And the best bit is when he does his All-Star, it just plays like this traditional Russian chanting opera.
Just operatic Tetris. Operatic Tetris.
It's just like this whoa over the top of it.
Yeah, it does
It's
kind of
so
bug me
insane.
out
I
games
just
do
love
that.
when like Sumo Digital do stuff like that. All the stuff they've been putting in, there's loads of people going, ooh, why haven't you put put to man a Rise Star on that. But I just think some of the inclusions they've been doing have been absolute genius.
It
and,
is.
like, how
I love
dumb
some
they
of
are.
their. I love how they take the piss out of themselves.
Well,
That's
as long as
brilliant.
it's got Alex Kidder in it, I don't mind.
And it
He was
has
free
and he's
DLC.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
absolutely
added-
They
brilliant.
better do some
But
more
I must
DLC.
admit, it does annoy me when they take old IPs that they've bought companies and they just reuse it just for the sake of the fact that they've spent money on it. A prime example of that was the Banjo-Kazooie Imperfect Dark skins in Minecraft.
What?
Yeah, Microsoft Studios, they bought Rare. Basically.
Yeah, I know they bought.
Yeah, they bought Rare and well, yeah. It was
Oh
just,
come on, they've got to put some Goldeneye in there, surely.
I
That
think
was rare, wasn't it?
no,
And GoldenEye was
Yeah.
almost as blocky as Minecraft.
You can just. We could do with a sound pack, couldn't we? So we could have like zombies coming at you, shooting. They go.
Oh no, the slapping noise from GoldenEye. Yeah, that was brilliant.
So you got.
Or when
So
you,
when
when
you-
you
you're
get hit,
hitting
it
a
makes
block,
that
it
sort
won't-
of breathing noise. Like,
When you're hitting a block, it will no longer be doom doom doom. It'll be like the slappers only game mode.
or I don't know, like the female getting hit noise. That sort of.
Well, Xenia Onatov's noise, yeah, that she makes. Yeah,
Careful
that's
with that
quite
gun,
entertaining.
James.
Right, yeah. So
Don't spill my pot
anyway, let's
noodle.
get back to our topic. Let's get back to our topic. Right, yes, I've been playing Sonic Generations. I'm going to pass you over to Aaron because he's got some Sonic.
Hang on.
he
What do you think of
trumped
Sonic
you.
Generation?
Oh, what do I think of Sonic Generations? Well, I could have told you this when I played it on the 360. I think it's bloody amazing. Right.
Good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Can
I
I just say one
I
thing
love the
about
way
Sonic
they do the
Generations? Right, it's
whole
pissed me off. How,
throwback.
sorry, Sonic Generations. Right, they made a game that could not have been more perfect for DLC. It screams
Definitely.
release old game. Yeah, release
Yeah,
old levels.
Yeah.
And please people like Tom, like, let's have flying battery zone without Miss fucking MC Hammer. I nearly called him Mr. T. Mr. T's all
Just
right.
a bit of casual racism there.
Well,
Accidental.
Are they all
of
the
course.
same?
you never catch Mr. T on flying battery zone. It's a plane.
That's very true.
You won't get him on no flying battery.
You
I'll
know
tell
his
you.
tough stance on aviation.
Yeah, Sonic Generations
what I mean?
is brilliant.
Yeah, the DLC.
Yeah.
There's no DLC.
Brilliant game. Yeah, brilliant.
They
Brilliant
did
game.
DLC for Unleashed. They did DLC for bloody Sonic 2006. They put like an extra hard mode. It's
Did colours get DLC? There's
No,
not really
no,
anything
it's
you
on
could have done
Wii,
with that.
so-
You can't add in more colours, but when
Yeah.
you've done all the colours, when you've done all the colours of the rainbow as the
I want all
advert suggested,
256 of them.
yeah, that's it. They've just gone through
They just
the
start going through like hex codes.
yeah, the whole hex code's colour palette.
E.
They'll have to bring out a special edition called Sonic Technicolors.
Yeah,
Oh,
the HTML add-on.
Sonic Monochrome.
well, they're going to bring back the whole
Sonic Noir.
storybook thing. You can have the Technicolor Dream Code.
Sonic and the Technicolor Dreamcast.
Right, we're going well out now. We're going pretty
Okay, sorry.
far
So
out,
Sonic
man.
Generations is a good game,
Yes,
but
it's
there should be DLC for it.
There should be
Should be,
DLC
but
for it,
everyone.
and the PC system requirements are rather high, I will warn you. Though
Yeah.
mine is playable, but it's just under the recommended, and it does notice, even though it's playable. So I would recommend that you get the recommended.
That surprisingly makes
That's
sense.
why they
enough.
call it that.
Yeah. See, right, Aaron. So what did you
But
think?
yeah,
You know.
going back to that free weekend on Transformed,
Yeah.
they were also doing a sale. Obviously, you got Generations on there for a £5, and they also had Transformed on there for a £5. And I was like, oh, okay. I want to get I've got it on PS3, but I wanted to get Transformed for all the Steam exclusive characters.
Yeah,
and
of
stuff.
course. All the
You mean
extras.
Sonic All Stars Racing Super Duper Transformed, whatever.
Yeah,
they
Plus.
Yeah, that's the one.
Turbo Edition.
DX.
Yeah. And so that was there for £5. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll go get that. But just underneath it said entire Sonic franchise, every Sonic game on Steam, £5.
What?
Sorry?
Does that include
It's
like
the-
the Master System ones?
No, Steam.
It's just all the ones that are on
right.
Steam. So it's Sonic 1,
CD,
2, 3, 3D,
CD
4 episode 1,
Yeah.
4 episode 2,
That's a
Sonic
lot.
and Knuckles.
Oh, it's a
3.
list. It's a bloody list.
That's definitely
The
worth
original
20
All
quid.
Stars Racing. I don't think the tennis one was on there.
Ah.
Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2.
Well, it's fun, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Um,
It's quite funny actually, right?
It was
You-
about 17 games, I think.
Yeah, you tell them how
But
much you got
anyway,
it for, and then
yeah,
I'll explain how much
yeah.
you are supposed to have saved.
Yeah, well, it was £5. I thought, well, if I'm going to pay £5 for Transformers, I might as well get the other 16
Yeah, that
games.
sounds right, doesn't it?
And then
17 Sonic games for a £5.
Yeah, so I just got it, and I was like, yeah, I'll have all those. And then about an hour later, it went up to 20 quid. I was like,
So in other words, they made a boo-boo.
Right, now at this point, I just want to say, if
You
you
made
buy,
a 15 quid saving.
yeah, if you buy all of those games, for the £20 sale they had on, except you were making like a £27 something saving on it. Yeah. So you had £15 to that £27 saving.
I just assumed.
And
Basically,
that's how much
I
Aaron saved.
I just assumed that's just how Steam works because their summer sales are like that. They just put.
They are ridiculous.
Last year they put every single Grand Theft Auto on there for £5. You know, 1 to 4, and all the expansion packs.
Rockstar
and
do
everything.
like their sales.
And
I just
assumed it was that. I just thought, oh, it's a summer sale.
Naturally, yeah.
Can I just add a little Sega noise there that might fit?
Bonanza Brothers.
Aaron stole from you.
I thought that was
He robbed you in.
Why don't you sue
Daylight.
him?
I'm sure I wasn't the only
63
one.
grand. Do you know what, Sega? F
certain I
you.
wasn't the only one.
Let Bomber Games have their awesome bloody thing.
Yeah, I'm
Leave
convinced.
them alone.
I'm convinced they were going to make a bare knuckle remake.
Mm.
They hinted at it.
No, let's just release the verse 3 again. Anyway, let's not go on about that. It's a very sore point. So I suppose what have I been playing again? Well, since the last podcast, I've actually been playing a few games, mostly revisiting Skyrim, getting on with Legendary Mode. I say Legendary Mode, Legendary Skills as well as Legendary Mode. I started a new character on Legendary Mode, which is hilarious. I would recommend it to people if they haven't done it yet. Start a new file and whack the difficulty on Legendary Mode.
Then go fight a mud crab.
Mud crabs will kill you, right? A wolf. When you're like level 1 or 2, by the time you get out the first. Also, when you're getting out away from Alduin, don't let him hit you. Also,
in fact, when the giants hit you, you fly so far you land on PS3. Sorry.
And then your frame rate drops.
And the DLC comes 6 months late.
Oh, that is hard. But,
no, they're working on it. Like they said, they're working on their relationship over there at Sony and Bethesda. Good for you guys. Didn't affect me in the slightest.
But as I say, basically the first dungeon, you get to the Draugr, and the Draugr are ridiculous, and it gets to the point where this is where it annoys me because gameplay wise, up until there, it's really cool. Like you actually have to think. You have to use proper strategy in your fighting. You're not just hacking. You know, obviously with Skyrim, because it is so much easier than the rest of the games, you do find yourself just hacking away and trying to just shrug off what damage people deal to you.
Yeah.
But in Legendary Mode, you got to know how to when to block, when to just outright try and avoid an attack, when to go in, when to use your power attacks properly. Like not just use all your power attacks straight away. Try and get in a few little hits and then a big one, and then try and stagger it. You know, all of these little things that you actually have to think. So it really works. But any enemy that's not above the sort of basic enemy archetype, like let's say, I don't know, a bandit plunderer or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything above that,
It's always a bandit plunderer.
yeah, it's too strong. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I got to the first boss, right? And the first time I thought it was hilarious. I recorded all this, by the way. It's going to be in our next full episode. It's going to be called a new section called Games That Kick My Ass. And I got to the first boss, and I can't wait to show you this footage because I had to run from him 3 times in the battle. And I ended up I think I was near the start of the dungeon, and he was still following me because he's a boss. He doesn't stop. And I got his health down. I was running, healing, health down, running, healing, and he just finished me off. He trapped me in a room and just knackered me.
Going back to the PS3 version, there's a brilliant Photoshop I found on NeoGAF of like where people taking like video game titles and anagramming them.
Okay.
And there's one for the it's actually the PS3 box art for Skyrim, and it says "Slide dicks, sell them error."
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
And that actually works.
And
That actually works.
that's been anagrammed from the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's
And
brilliant.
the fact that it's the PS3 box art just makes it all the more beautiful.
That's brilliant.
That is very good.
But as harsh as we could be about that subject, I mean, I expect it's difficult for different architectures for different consoles. I mean, we're not in the development industry of the side of video game things. We wouldn't know how difficult
Why haven't
it
they
is.
ported it to the
Could
Saturn
you imagine
yet?
if we made a game?
The 3DO.
Well, we've got RPG Maker VX Ace, so we can give it a go.
Yeah, and Beat 'em and Eat 'em is out there, so. I'm sure we couldn't raise the bar any, lower the bar any lower.
Well, I'm afraid, Phil,
you
you just kind of revealed my secret project. I'm making a game very similar to that called Kick 'em and Dick 'em. I'm not going to go too far into it. I don't want to, it's spoilers really. But it does involve kicking and dicking. Equal parts,
At the same time?
Well,
because that takes some doing.
Depends just how skilled are you.
With let me just round this off
That'd be
with
good
the
on Optic.
Oculus Rift.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Kick 'em and dick 'em, Oculus Rift.
Right, just around
That's copyright, by the way.
Just around this off
What
with
about the Oculus Rift? There should be like an add-on.
Oculus Rift. Oh wow.
Please move on.
Yeah, let's pull this topic way back to where Skyrim was. And I just want to say myself about seeing the legendary stuff on Skyrim. I'd say if you're the kind of player who just likes to grab the heavy armour, biggest sword, go and find the hardest weapon, run in there and smash the crap out of everything and heal yourself with potions, don't play legendary mode.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
What I've noticed so far,
if you like with for the sneak, then that's probably your sort of thing.
Just you have to. I've been playing it for about 40 hours now. Right, my character's only about level 30. He can't take on anything. He's already got his. I've already got my sneak legendary and started again, and I think I'm on 50 again. So that's how much you have to sneak. It took me that boss I told you about. I'll show you on the footage. I'm not going to say too much more because there's lots more I haven't mentioned. That's hilarious. I captured the footage yesterday. I was laughing my arse off, and you will too. It's so funny. But basically, it took me about half an hour. I'm going to speed it all up and put the back roll music to it, and I had to just run up the stairs in sneak, hit him with a bow, get right back quickly before he saw me, and then every so often save, because if he sees me, it's over.
Yeah. So you're just creeping up to him, poking him occasionally.
I know, I couldn't get that close. It had to be a bow. I barely had enough arrows to do the job.
It's a shame that they changed the lock picking system from Morrowind, because you could just go up to him and poke him for lock pick.
That glitch.
No, well, the thing about
it's not just the glitch, it's just the forgetting to equip your weapon again afterwards. It's like, oh my god, so you put your arms come up, shing, and all of a sudden you
just prodded them.
Yeah, you're trying to unlock their face.
Yeah, but the thing about that
a little key-shaped mark on their cheek.
The thing about that was it had a chance to either kill them instantly or make them immortal.
Oh, really?
It was like a glitch. I think you switch your weapon with a lockpick at the last second.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I think it's you use the lockpick animation, and whilst that's like your arm is thrusting forward, you would change to a sword, so you kind of screw a sword into their arm, and then that would either kill them
some
dead
sort of Labberjack effect.
Kill them dead. Well, okay, we'll have to move on, but basically look that up, or we'll capture it. We'll do it again because I want to see that. I haven't seen it myself. I want to do it with a hammer because imagine that won't do anything. Just grind.
When we've got the episode up, we'll just throw the link of it in the description for this podcast.
Excellent. Okay.
So right now we're moving on. This time for another music track. Aaron's chose this one for us.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay, well, let's find out. Let's play the track.